Hey everyone, this is my bank video. I've been putting it off for a while, but here it is. The first tab of my bank is just the items that I use regularly. I've got all my Castle Wars gear, the Trickster, and then I can get my runes from down here all within one screen, which makes it pretty convenient. I've got my potions lined up on top, my void stuff, just stuff that I use regularly. I've got bolas for Castle Wars, cannon for Slayer, which I guess I don't really do much anymore, but it's still nice to have there. Fletching supplies for when I'm not doing anything else, the commonly used teleports, Zamigod swords for Castle Wars, and I have a bunch of dreadnips here. For those of you who don't know, they're from the Dominion Tower minigame. They're sort of like a secondary familiar for combat. They're pretty good. And down here it's a bit of a jumble. This is just the gear that I use commonly. Normally it's a bit more organized, but with Dominion Tower I don't bring plate bodies or shields, so the plate bodies are a little bit off to the side and then the rest of it is down here. I don't use the plate bodies or shields because I do climber mode, and one of the handicaps is to get rid of plate bodies and one is to get rid of shields, and I find it easier just not to bring them in case I get those handicaps. I've got my Goliath gloves, and then the teleports here that I've partially used. The second tab, I mentioned that I could reach it from the first tab, which is really convenient when I'm gearing up for things, because I can get my mage gear out here and then get my runes out immediately. And the rest of this tab I don't really use that much anymore. It's sort of my PvP tab when I PK'd a bit. I guess this is also sort of from Slayer, a bit of random stuff really. But let's see, the Phoenix necklaces I've been using recently for Dominion Tower because you can use them in no food matches in climber mode, so they're a nice way to heal. This PvP stuff I should probably get rid of. I don't really plan on using it much. Maybe I'll go PK with it sometime and just use up the last bits. I've got my normal potions, which are for PvP, and I got this VLS probably during, there was a duel tournament for the high level forum, and so everyone was geared out in the best gear that they could get pretty much. So that's where I got the VLS, and the Stadius Warhammer I used to duo corp with a friend, and that's just left over from that. This is my Herblore tab. I've got my overloads from getting 200 mil Herblore. The 4-dose ones I've got in the first tab again. And this tab I also don't really use that much. I put most of the useful stuff in the first tab so that I could get to it quickly. But let's see. I just lined up the 3 and 4 and some of the 2-dose potions here. And I've got my stuff from Herblore Habitat. I only keep the legs and top still because I'd put them in my house, but I need the helm to teleport for farming runs. I've got 1.2 mil super defense, which was a bit of a failed merch, but I didn't. If I sold them now, I probably would have halved my money on them, which isn't so bad. And it's just a sort of a random collection at the moment. I've got my vials here from 200 mil Herblore. The overloads require, I believe, 5 other potions to make, so it leaves a lot of empty vials when you're done. Here's my summoning tab. All that I really use in here is the Steel Titans now, because that's all that I use for minigames. The charms have just added up since I got 99 summoning. Let's see. Oh, I've got my fetch casket scrolls and meerkat pouches. They're only rewarded from treasure trails, and when I was buying them, at least, the limit on fetch casket scrolls was 300 per 4 hours, so it took quite a while to buy this many, but they were only like 30 GP each, so I wasn't really even paying attention to it. It was just a random collection. Here's my teleports tab. I've got all my tabs set up here for quick farm runs. I could probably get rid of my dig site pendant since I used my completionist cave to tele to the boneyard now. Or not the boneyard, the rag and bone man. I also don't use my astral tabs because of the wicked hood, but I don't really want to get rid of them because they took a little while to get with the Great Orb project. Jeweled diamond statuettes for the Scepter of the Gods, which is like a Pharaoh scepter, but it has 10 charges. And you can use these jeweled diamond statuettes anywhere. You click on this and use it on the scepter to charge it anywhere. So that's really convenient. I've got my Artie cloak because it's nice to have when a new quest comes out and I can't wear my completionist cape. And other than that, just basic teleports. I've got my superior locator from mobilizing armies. That allows you to teleport to a bunch of different resources, and it doesn't teleport you to specific location. Well, there are specific locations, but you can't decide which one you want. So if you clicked on magic trees, it would teleport you to a random location to add magic trees. And that's pretty cool. There are a bunch of locations that it can teleport you to. It's useful particularly for getting to the Ogre City by the eucalyptus trees, because that's really the only location for them. I've got Grand Seed Pods. These are part of my farm run teleports because I use them to teleport to the Tree Gnome Village farming patch, and then I use the glider from there to go to the White Wolf Mountain. It's a little bit quicker than going from the Grand Tree. This is my random junk tab. This is just loads of random junk, which I never really bothered to organize. It's pretty much organized based on when I put it in there. So I've got my little scaling supplies at the top. I probably put those in when the bank tabs came out, so that was quite a while ago. My sort of forms of currency, I've got a mud pie as a placeholder because it's random junk. Animal heads or monster heads, I guess, that I got. I've got another Abyssal Demon one in my house, and I never really bothered putting the other ones in my house because I didn't really want to decide to remodel my house sometime, and then I wouldn't be able to get them back. A couple dragon eggs. I've got spirit seeds from Miscellaneous, and for the last probably 3 months or so, I've been doing Miscellaneous and just leaving everything in there. So I've probably got quite a few more in there as well. Grigri's Cramulet, which is a cat speak amulet, camel speak amulet, ghost speak amulet, and maybe 1 or 2 others I can't really remember. Sapphire Lantern, I can't remember the last time I went to torment the demons, but that's where I used that. No idea why I have Magic Shortbone Strength Amulet, probably Welfare Pecan or something. These flags are all from Trouble Brewing, which was a bit of a mistake to buy them because there's no place to store them. I should have just kept the Trouble Brewing pieces of 8. That would have saved quite a few bank spaces. Ivandis Flails, I should get rid of those because the Darkmire weapons are a lot better. Fully charged battle robes, I don't want to get rid of them because they cost Fistogethics tokens to charge up and it would be a waste. Some staves. The Omni Talisman staff is pretty much useless, but yeah, I don't know, I wish they gave us a place to store staves and these flags and things like that. Imp in a box I should get rid of, I've never used them. Fire making brawlers. These are all the eggs are from Miscellaneous. I've got a raven here which wouldn't fit in my house because I've got too many other pets in there. I've got some stuff from Barbarian Assault. Rune Brutal Arrows, I got them for doing chompies, and I'm not sure why I kept them. I guess if I ever wanted to go back and do chompies, it would be nice to have them, but I really don't plan on doing that. It's a pretty boring minigame. I've got 2 Varax pieces, I'm not quite sure why. I guess I've got the other ones because they're pretty useful. They don't give negative mage defense. But yeah, I'm not sure why I have the others. Long and curved bones I have from opening zombie impling jars. I wanted to get a blue-faced gorilla Grigri to have all the Grigris, or all the useful ones anyway. But I never got one, so maybe I'll go and open more of those later. But I don't really have any plans to do that at the moment. Goldsmith gauntlets, keyring. Oh, the stuff from treasure trails, I should get rid of those. I never use them. Urns I haven't used since they came out because I don't really do skilling, I mainly just do minigames. Orb of Oculus, I use that sometimes for max hit videos, or mainly because it gives negative bonuses for your defense, so if you want someone to hit on you constantly, you can lower your defense so that they hit more. 2.6 million fishing potions, that was another failed merch. I had those when free trade came out, and pretty much as soon as they announced free trade, all that stuff just crashed horribly, and I had no way of selling them, so I just kept it as a random collection. Fishing bait, I don't know why I have so much. Fremi boots, the bolt rack and Krill's crossbow are from when I did Dagannoth Kings, because for some reason the Krill's crossbow hits significantly better on the mage guy down there than normal crossbows do. Dragonstone ring was also for doing Dagannoth Kings because I didn't care if I lost it, unlike the onyx ring. I've got a bunch of fire capes. Hopefully that'll be useful when they come out with that second Jad thing in the fight caves that they mentioned in the insider session at the end of RuneFest. They're coming out with a new monster in fight caves that'll be past the Jad, probably, and it'll require a fight cape or a fire cape to go into the cave for it. So that's pretty cool. That should be a lot of fun. Not sure why I have a magic longbow sighted. I'm not sure if I've ever used it. Rings of Stone, Imbued Archer Ring, Dark Light. Yeah, I guess that's for Tormented Demons as well. Wildstalker Helmet, and I've got my dueling cap in here somewhere. Yak Twee Stick. That is from the one of the most abandoned minigames. That's the Charm Sprite hunting minigame. It's actually pretty amusing. You have to go and try and hit these Charm Sprites, but yeah, it doesn't really give any rewards, and it's a pretty big waste of time. It's like 40k hunter experience an hour. Bolts. These Ouroboros pouches are from Temple Trekking, and they're used in the Mortmire Swamp to make ghasts appear to you, and they're infinite, so you don't have to charge them up by using the sickle and casting bloom and getting all those things from the swamp. So they're pretty useful if you go into the swamp ever, which I don't think anyone really does. Completionist and max hoods, nothing really to say there. Reward tokens from Temple Trekking. I'm going to try using them on the next experience weekend. I'm not sure if they'll work, but it's worth a try. The Arcane Capacitor Amulet. This is from the Lunar Farm, Livid Farm on Lunar Isle, and it's pretty much useless. It allows you to cast certain spells if you use the I can't even remember the name of the spell because I don't think I've ever used it. It's completely useless. It lets you cast spells on normal magics while you're on lunars, but it costs extra astral runes, so it's really not worth it at all. You might as well just switch off of lunars and then switch back when you want to. Biscuits are untradeable rewards from treasure trails. They heal prayer and a tiny bit of health. I just don't want to get rid of them because treasure trails take a while to do. They don't take a while to do, but they take a while to get any significant amount of biscuits. Mangled and Chewed Bones from Myth Dragons. Shade Skull from the Shade Burning minigame. You can attach them to battle staves. I'm not actually sure that I have any. No, I don't have any battles. Or wait, no, I do have a mud staff there. Okay, so I attached it to the staff, and oh boy, doesn't that look awesome? It's a mud staff that looks it looks a little bit different. Yeah, I think they could have done something with the graphics on those. They don't look all that great. Some more pets that wouldn't fit in my house. A quest kit. The quest kit is a reward from mobilizing armies. You can get any of these items out of it, but once you get them out, you have to complete another game of mobilizing armies to refill the kit. And yeah, it's not useful at all really, because you might as well just bring a couple of those items. And most quests now give the items that you need anyway, so it makes it even less useful. I've got a Tome of Frost. I don't really know when I bought that. It's not very useful because I'd rather have the mage bonus. If you're barraging for charms or something like that, then it would be nice to have, but I don't do that. Here are the Vanguard and Battle Mage robes. They aren't really as good as Trickster robes in most cases, so I just have them here. I like having my Trickster in my first tab to use whenever I need it. Gem Bag, Frozen Key. I haven't gone to next in a while, but it's nice to have, and I wouldn't want to get rid of it because it's a bother to get again. Clan Cloak. I'm in the maxed clan. I'm not active in it, but yeah. Varric Armor, Spirit Cape. Yeah, just stuff that I don't really use. Emerald Bolts for Corp. I don't go off them, but it's nice to have them available. Champion's Tackle Box. This is a reward from the Fish Flingers minigame. It holds gloves, so shark and swordfish gloves. It can also hold cooking gauntlets, I believe, and 3 types of bait, up to 1,000 at a time, and then different types of fishing supplies, so fishing rods and things. That's a good reward. It took a little, I think it takes 2 months to get. You can play 10 to 12 rounds a week, pretty much on average. And yeah, that's a pretty good reward. Anti-poison totem, demon horde necklace. I use the totem for doing pyramid plunder to get the god scepter and black ibis robes. Demon horde necklace I don't think I've ever used. Ring of vigor, some more stuff from barbarian assault. Here's a surge box. I uncharged it. I used to use it for ice strike worms when I slayed, but not anymore. Blisterwood polearm for killing Firewatch if I ever do Slayer and get them. Some Barrows armor. The reward token is a reward from the tree gnome, or no, the, what's it called? The gnome delivery minigame, I believe. You make gnome foods and deliver it to gnomes around RuneScape, and I can activate it and it'll bring me a item of food. So I guess that would be useful if you're doing Jad or fight caves or something and you need food, because I'm pretty sure it can bring it to you pretty much anywhere. Dominion potions and just random junk from Dominion Tower. I hope they make a way to get rid of this stuff, because I do not want to drop like 10,000 scorpion meat. That would be horrible. It's only useful inside Dominion Tower, so it's pretty much useless. There are these bombs which you can use in Dominion Tower. They're actually pretty good. They lower 10, 15, and 20% of the monster's health. Ascendancy mines take 500 boss kills in Dominion Tower to get 10 of them. So that's why I wouldn't want to get rid of them, but they aren't actually useful at all. They only work on certain quest bosses, and since I've done all the quests, they're not useful at all. So if you right click on them, they have a list of monsters that they work on. And yeah, what they do is you set them on the ground and they hurt whatever they hit for, I believe, 20% of their life points. So that's not bad, but it's not amazing either. There aren't really any hard quest bosses. Dominion Journal is just full of the 20 journal pages that you get from Dominion Tower. Unholy books. I'm not sure when I'd use them, but maybe someday. The Holy Sithara isn't useful at all as far as I know. Hopefully they'll put a place for it in the player-owned house or something like that. Flagstaff. The clan Vexillum is used for teleporting to your clan camp, which is, I don't know, I do it once in a while just to help out the clan a little bit. This is my daily use tab. I've got the farming supplies. I have well, actually these ones I don't use daily, but these are to put more seeds into plant pots when I need to. I've got my Taibo One-Eye teleports for my Calquat patch, and I've got the Wicked Hood and pouches for making blood runes daily, and I've also got some essence in the next tab for that. Ring of Kinship for getting assists in World 117, and the Witch Doctor Mask for teleporting to the farming patch. These 5 or 6 items here, the bones and the 3 arrows, or 2 arrows and bolts, or 2 bolts and arrows, are used for the rewards from Dominion Tower, so I just keep them in there as I get them. And then these are from the maze. Obviously I haven't had all of them from the maze event, but I just keep these in my bank because I'd rather not have to drop everything that I get from mazes. And the boots, I got those from killing cave crawlers. This used to be my Slayer drop tab, but since I don't really slay anymore, I just keep it with the random drops from other things. And then this is, or it was anyway, my things to complete tab. It had my partially completed hybrid armor sets, Black Ibis, all that stuff that I get from minigames that I'm trying to complete, I just put in here. I've got my fishing trawler stuff. I've done about 65 fishing trawler rounds without a single shark tooth, and you need 5 of them to complete the shark tooth necklace. I've got 1 rare here, a pumpkin, and that's going with my goal to complete a rare set, which is 1 of each rare. And as you can see, I've got 821 mil there. I've got a pumpkin, and they're also, well, I need a party hat set, 1 of each mask, a Santa, half wine pumpkin, or a disc, Easter egg, and I'm probably missing a few, but yeah, you get the idea. It'll cost really a lot of money. So then my grand exchange, I'm buying some Steel Titan stuff for Dominion Tower since I'm almost out, and I've got 3 max cash offers. These ones I've had in for about 2 months, I think, and I'm just going to keep them in until they buy, because buying the Blue Party Hat and Christmas Cracker for their street prices is incredibly expensive. I think Christmas Crackers are $5 or so, and Blue Party Hats are probably 3 to 4, so that'll save me quite a bit of money. And I'm probably going to cancel this offer because it's only a couple weeks old, and I need as many spots as I can get to start my merchant video log, which I'm going to start probably tomorrow, although maybe the next day. I'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's coming out soon. So that's pretty much all for my bank video. I've also got the, well, you saw my, or I'll put the link in the description for my house tour, which showed the items that I've got in my house in the costume room. So that's pretty much everything that I own in RuneScape. So keep an eye out for the merchanting video log and post comments or questions.